It is now time for the Austin Hour with your host, Jim Austin.
Hi, I'm Jim Austin with the Austin Hour. We're here for our next segment, and you can listen to us on Facebook, YouTube, or just jimaustinonline.com, or our radio station, 24-Hour Jazz. Today we have a special guest with us, Janine Hogan. How are you doing today, Janine?
I'm fantastic. It's finally starting to get warm, so I'm excited.
Yes. We live in Texas. I mean, it's any day. These up and down weather cycles have just been unbelievable.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad to have you on the Austin Hour.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, you and I met 2 or 3 times, and we've had probably 3 or 4 meetings, and we just gravitated to each other. So we're going to work together on something.
Yes. I know, 2 busybodies that are out and about in the community. I mean, running into each other, working on events together, you sponsoring some of our events. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. We've made a couple sales calls, but we're here today. Tell us a little bit about your background and where you went to school, where you grew up, and how you got here to Texas, unless you've been here all your life.
Oh no, I didn't. What's the expression they like to say here? I wasn't born here, but I hurried up and I got to Texas as fast as possible.
Yes.
Something along those lines. So La Petite Event Boutique, what we do is we do corporate, nonprofit, business, event type planning. And where that really came from is longer than you think. Back in high school, I started doing service hours, and I got involved with a nonprofit organization called the Humane Society. And I helped them get their local chapter started, and then they kept offering me a job, and after I graduated high school, I stayed local for college, and before I knew it, I was helping them run the organization there. And so at 19 years old, I was the director of a nonprofit organization, so kind of crazy, but learned how to, when you get shoved off of a cliff, you learn how to fly. So started doing interviews and marketing and PR there. Being a nonprofit organization, everything is just fundraising. And so that's where I really initially got my very first experience with truly doing event planning, was when you had to raise the money in order to be able to keep your facility in order and pay your people. So you learn that very quickly. And then from there, got into marketing and advertising, went to go work for a PR firm. So I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of really awesome and famous and fun people. The largest event I've personally put together was for over 15,000 people. And it's what I love about what event planning is you never know what your day is going to hold. You never know who you're going to get to meet. Like this past weekend, we did a concert with Berlin, and they sing Take My Breath Away from Top Gun. I'm sure you've seen that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's like the most famous song. So here I am, dressed in my 80s gear with my crimped hair. I've decided I'm going to bring the crimper back because it gives you so much volume in your hair. And I'm like, I'm sitting here meeting with someone that I've sang to her music ever since I was younger. And it's just so neat that's what, you get to do events and you're out and about. It's just so neat how you get to bring so many different things into your day. I love the variety. So did that at the marketing and advertising and PR firm, and then after the downturn in the economy, decided to get into HR. So then that's really where more of the corporate retreats and equal opportunity employer and strategic planning and a lot of that stuff kind of came in. And then after my position was eliminated here, that's what initially brought me to Texas. And before I moved to the next office, which was going to take me back home to Memphis, Tennessee, where I'm originally from, I just decided to stay because I was like, I like Texas. I like the feel here. I like the people here. I want to stay here a little bit longer. And when I thought to myself, well, what's a recession-proof business? I thought, no matter what, even in the stock market crash, the Great Depression, everybody's still throwing parties. And with the way that we're moving with so many different companies being in satellite offices and video conferencing, people need events now more than ever because no matter what, we're human beings. We desire human contact. And so to be able to offer that to individuals, but to be able to offer it from a strategic, not only making it look pretty, but from a strategic point of view and really being able to help them cut costs and make really good decisions. So that's really where we specialize and why I came into it. I love what I do, and people have always told me I could talk to anyone, so that's kind of how it all came to
Well,
me.
since I've met you, I know you have never been short on a conversation.
That is the only thing I got in trouble for at school. I was like a straight A student, but they'd be like, well, she talks a lot. So, yeah.
Yes. But the times that I've been around you, you know, you're very, you know, focused and on point as far as, you know, your business and all. How long have you had your PR, your event planning business?
So we officially, the exciting day of getting approved by the Texas Secretary of State was back in October of 2015.
Okay.
So when the company, when La Petite Event Boutique officially became, you know, an organization, me personally, obviously, I was doing some projects with one of our clients that we still have, the Young Catholic Professionals. We started in with them. They're a nonprofit organization that started in Dallas. And so I started working with them just kind of on the side, even back when I was still working in corporate America. And I just loved it so much. And so they're obviously one of our longest standing clients, even beyond when we started. So.
Yeah, well, that is good. And where, you say you grew up in Memphis?
So, born in Little Rock, Arkansas. Don't remember that. And then we moved to Memphis, Tennessee. And from there we went to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I moved to Oklahoma City, and then I moved here. So I lost my accent due to all the public speaking and stuff that I would have to do before. And so, like, when I say yes, ma'am, to people, it throws them off because I don't have that accent. I feel like if you have the accent, it's acceptable to say yes, ma'am. But if you don't have the accent, then it's kind of like, oh, you're making me feel like I'm old. So.
If you're in Memphis, everybody knows about Elvis Presley.
Oh yes.
You know, and things went on there. So I know he's a very, I guess, icon, or you know, a lot of the history of Memphis. I've never been there. I want to go so badly.
It's, you know, there are some really unique and different attractions. You know, obviously barbecue. When we moved to Oklahoma, I never understood why ribs tasted so different. You know, but it's because in Memphis they have pork ribs, and then in Oklahoma they have beef ribs. So, you know, of course I go back and we go to the lake, and so every year I go back we always have barbecue, and it's always delicious.
Well, I'm going to get there, and for sure. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break. Oh, no, we're not going to take a break. We're going to keep going because I missed my cue. So, when you're planning an event for a client, you know, what are some of the things that you recommend to a client getting ready to do a big event?
Yes. So one of the biggest things that everybody likes to do, events, attend events and things like that, there's so many little pieces that go into it. And that's where a lot of people really find our services useful is the detail-oriented, having a task list, knowing who's responsible for what and when it's due and things like that. So when coming into it, you know, recommendation for anyone putting together an event, it's very, very important to really think of all of the details that go into it. Like, there's no detail that's too small when it comes to an event. Obviously the larger ones, like when it comes to your talent or your speaker, those are the biggest ones that you obviously have to pay attention to. But with our society and how overstimulated we are, it's imperative to be able to really focus on the small little things, because people are going to forget, you know, oh, I was at this place or whatever, but they're never going to forget how you made them feel. And so by focusing on those tiny little details, those are very, very important as to the overall experience in which your guest or your attendee is going to have. And especially if you're trying to raise money or build camaraderie, you know, that's very, very important.
Wow. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but we're going to wrap up for the commercial break right now. So we'll be right back with Janine Hogan. Thank you. Welcome back to the Austin Hour. So glad to have you here, Janine, and talking about public relations and all. You had talked about a little bit that you worked in human resources.
Yes.
Tell us about that part of your career.
Yes, so that part of my career was a lot more of the management. You know, I was a headhunter at one point for one of the top recruiting firms in the world. And so getting experience with working with a wide variety of different corporate companies, you know, it really goes into the versatility of, I feel like, what we do now with working with a variety of people. So I often will refer to individuals, you know, when you've had to fire a lot of people, they get angry. And so being able to have patience and have a smile on my face no matter what may go awry at an event and no matter how many people are there, I think it's the HR experience was absolutely imperative for being able to handle things with grace and with professionalism. And there's basically pretty much not anything someone could say that could faze me or make me break in the middle of an event, and just to be able to handle it, and a lot of conflict management and resolution because people are unpredictable. So I feel that it was a lot of really great experience being able to interview thousands of people and get to know people by assessment and more reading people. That's always been an interest of mine, is human behavior psychology and all of that coming together. So when you're planning an event, going back to what we were talking about, it takes like so many different things, you know, to pull it all together, and being a well-rounded individual or having a lot of different experience really comes into play.
Mm-hmm. What are some of your past and present events that you're working on?
Yes, so as I mentioned, this past weekend we did an event, we did a music festival. It was the third music festival for a nonprofit organization called Brothers Keepers. They do retreats for families, for veterans that are coming back. So it's about healing the family as a whole, not just our veterans. So our co-founder, Shankar, he actually is a former Marine, so we have a lot of passion for a lot of the military organizations and a lot of interest in that. We did the Cowtown Warriors Ball in February. We are helping some with the Fortress Festival that's going on at the end of this month. Mm-hmm. The Young Catholic Professionals were working on their national conference in the fall in Cleveland. Where we worked together, and you didn't quite know it when we met, was the Fort Worth Business Plan Competition.
Yes.
That's put on through the city. So we're working on that, as well as an event coming up on June 5th for Tech Fort Worth. We're showcasing all of the technology startups in the Fort Worth area. So that's one that's going to be really exciting to get to come out if you're free, to see all the new organizations that are going on in the community and coming forth, and just to see the new technology that people are coming out with. It's just absolutely fascinating.
That would be an interesting trade show to go to. I'm thinking about entering in the competition.
Oh.
Yeah, for the business competition.
How awesome. Well, good thing I'm not a judge.
Yeah. We'd have to, we couldn't vote if you were going to be a judge in that. So
yes,
I'm looking forward to look at that as a possibility. You know, Jim Austin Online. Mm-hmm. Put it in there as a new company and see what happens. There's a lot of great prizes and all.
Yes, it's really so fantastic. And you know, what's great about that is they also work with the strategic partners, and we get to meld our clients together. You know, and we get to help. We also work with Tarrant County College and helping them put together their big event that they do every year for their faculty and staff. And so it's so neat when everybody gets to work together and to build those connections and those relationships, much like, you know, like we were talking about how we met, because we're here to help. You know, we're here to help on a multitude of levels and from a variety of services and talents that we have on our team, you know, to be able to offer those resources to our clients. And as you know, always on time, try to always get back to everybody. It may take me you know, sometimes 24 hours, but if you don't hear back, you know, we always get back if we received it.
Yeah, yeah. How many folks do you have in your company that work with you?
We've got the pretty much just the 5 of us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking to grow. We're looking to grow further as we get bigger. You know, kind of, you never want to grow too big too fast. The company is debt free. I'm debt free.
Debt free.
Prefer to keep it that way, and you know, making sure that we don't grow too big too fast. So being very, you know, careful and very strategic steps that we're taking, but we are looking for new clients, and very, very exciting. You know, an ideal client for us is someone who we often work on repeat events, but anybody who's looking to have, you know, help, we can contract out our services like you and I had discussed. So we can contract out our services just at an hourly rate, say, hey, I just need help my day of my event. We do that. Hey, I just need help with decor or this or that. You know, since we're a boutique firm, it always throws people off that we're a boutique firm, and it's kind of an irony. It's a play on words, is La Petite Event Boutique. Mm-hmm. You know, a petite boutique producing grand events, and so doing it on a custom scale, so we can really help in whatever way and within whatever budget a client gives us, type of a deal. We work together to fit exactly. It's very, very custom, because everyone should be made to feel that it's my company and I feel important, and I want it to fit me, not necessarily, oh, we've got this package and it has to be this. So
tell us your website, your number, email, how someone could reach out to you.
Yes. So our website is www.lapetiteeventsboutique.com, so it kind of rhymes. And we've got some photos and everything up on our website there. On our Facebook page, that's where I typically get up a lot more of like, hey, I'm out, you know, like a video for Take My Breath Away from this past weekend. That often always gets popped up on our Facebook page. So our Facebook page is pretty up to date, and our phone number is 469-224-7919, or you can also email info@lapetiteeventboutique.com.
Well, I hope that our video, our story gets up on your Facebook post.
Yes, that's what I was just telling him. I said if I get a copy of it, I'll be happy to post it.
It's all about social media and staying in touch with people. So it's a tremendous platform to be able to be involved in social media.
Yes.
And that's what Jim Austin Online tries to stay connected with social media. So it's really been great talking with you. Is there something that you would like to tell the listening audience that to know about your business or anything? It's your world.
Okay, well, about our business, you know, please give us a call if you think that, like, you've been stressed out in an event or something like that. We'd love to be able to help. And, you know, as far as with you, you know, thank you so much for inviting us on the show. And as we mentioned, I can't wait to continue to get to work with you and see how we can partner on some of your ventures that you have coming up, and encourage people to also go to your website. So definitely give me the video.
Yeah, we'll get that copy to you. We are here at the Austin Plaza in Fort Worth, Texas, talking with Janine Hogan, and it's surely been a pleasure to talk with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. And that's it. I want to tell my listening audience it's good talking with you, Facebook friends and family. Hey to y'all too, and anybody else that's checking us out on Jim Austin Online, the Austin Company. We're going to wrap it up right now. Janine, it's great talking with you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes.